Preparation to drive out to the job site. Make note of where your 5-volt USB chargers are located for anything that you would plug in, phone, radio, whatever that may be. You're going to notice your heat control, your air conditioning control, your pressurized cab air recirculation control. This control, I would like you to pay attention. When we drive to the site, if you want to bring fresh air in, it's okay to leave in this position. When we are ready to sweep, I would prefer that you would switch to air recirculation, pressurize the cab. That will help keep the cab clean. It's also going to help you keep your cab air filter clean off the front end. Up to the top are our fan switches, high, medium, and low. We move over. This machine is equipped with an air filter restriction indicator. Keep an eye on that. Make sure we don't have any air restriction. Moving to the front, we have our shifter. You'll notice next to the shifter, we have a travel and sweep switch. The travel switch is what we want to use to get out to the job site. This will allow us to shift to high and drive the sweeper at 24 miles per hour out to the site. When we are ready to sweep, we'll hit that switch and go to sweep. It is important to operate in sweep mode when sweeping with the machine. Select sweep mode on the switch labeled sweep travel. Once the sweeper is in sweep mode, raise the engine RPM to 1800 via the switch located right next to it. Sweeping at 1800 RPM will provide increased power for heavy sweeping and ensure the best performance. When driving the sweeper, switch to travel mode. When in travel mode, the engine RPM works in sync with the throttle pedal. In addition, we do ask that the air is always blowing when sweeping. Please select the blower on low at medium to make sure the cab is pressurized at all times. The sweep control functions are as follows. You'll notice at the bottom of the plate, we have the right hand gutter broom control column, the left hand gutter broom control column. We have a gutter broom speed control dial. And then we have an elevator switch labeled forward and reverse. The pickup broom or main broom shares the same switch as the elevator. Next to that would be our master on-off switch that we label ergo, just short for ergonomics. Now I'd like to review all of the sweep functions and gauges in front of you. On the top left side, you will see a water gauge. This gauge will show you the amount of water you have on board that can be utilized to control the dust for sweeping. If the gauge needle indicator is close to empty, please fill your water tanks before you begin sweeping operation. Right below the gauge, you'll notice a red light. The light will illuminate only when you run out of water. Again, when you run out of water, dust control will not be available and you're required to refill the water tanks. The switch labeled water pump includes two functions. When in the middle, water pumps will not be operating. When selecting low function, only one water pump will engage, providing you with 3.5 gallons of water flow. We recommend operating at low setting most of the time while you sweep. If, however, you are sweeping at a low setting and the dust control is not sufficient, you may select the switch to high. This setting activates two water pumps and will provide 7 gallons per minute of water flow. Please note that the high setting will provide more water for sweeping, but you will deplete the water tanks very quickly. You may also control the water flow with valves that are located behind the jump seat. Please familiarize yourself with the water valves. However, we do recommend that all water valves are open at all times. The switch next to the water pump is the hopper switch. Once the shifter is selected to park, you may raise the hopper to dump and lower the hopper to continue sweeping. You must hold the switch for the hopper to raise or lower.